Good morning, all. Hope you're all ready for the big day on Monday. Ready to stuff your faces silly and get hammered all day. I'll spend the day eating. Mind you, I spend most days eating, so that's not going to be a different day to any other day. So, 17 crosses submitted by you guys. Thank you for that, guys, for sending them in. That's great. Here's the spread we've got so far. Well, you can see there's very much a cluster going up straight up from this guy in red here, which is very much what I expected, I think. There's a couple over to the right, and he could be looking there. There's one right over here to the right. There's no reason why they couldn't be looking there, other than I'm reluctant to say that could be the winning cross because, as I say every week, for that to be the winning cross, you'd have to have a bunch of judges' crosses much further over on the right to make that the average. But that one cross isn't going to make an awful lot of difference to where we put the average on this cluster anyway. So I'm gonna leave it there. And really, we don't need an exact coordinate. We only use that coordinate so you can stick it on your own picture to see where the average is and work around it. But you can already see there where we think the average is going to be. So we're going to be about halfway up this pile, isn't it? And that pile does make sense to me. I'm going to draw a couple of lines in anyway. His right eye is a bit of an odd one, isn't it? Can't quite tell where he's looking. So I'm going to go across there like that. And I think that's a fair spread there. Because I think that's where the judges are going to go along in that zone over there. This guy on the right-hand side, he is a tricky one, wasn't he? Because you can't really see his eye properly to tell where he's looking. So again, you could be looking anywhere in that section there. So I'm looking at the average being sort of very much in the central of that square sort of shape there. Although it's going to be, because of the cluster, it's going to be slightly to the left. So enough waffling. Let's have a look where the average actually is. Very much where I said it would be. And that is 19311012. Now, if I look at where I put my original one on Tuesday, I'll hover the cursor back and forth over my ticket, and you can see it flashing just underneath and to the right of the average. So that's where I put my first cross on Tuesday, and I haven't moved it since. So it's very, very close to the average. So I'm not entirely sure what to do there. I know a couple of you guys have said in the past that you've gone somewhere for your first and second sort of tickets, and then you've decided to move them later on, and your first crosses, if you'd left them alone, would have won, or would have been very close. You'd have had runners up, closest car, whatever. So I think the angle from the guy in red is good on there, and as is very much close to the middle of that square, I think I'm possibly going to leave it where it is around there. So I might well go stuck with that. Let's have a look at the target. About there, roughly. Are they looking at that zone 1 in that target? Yes, they are. I think that's okay. Possibly a little bit more to the right. May even be a little bit higher. But it's difficult to say. It's irrelevant where I think it is. Where do I think the judges are going to put it? This is something else I say every week. Sounds a bit repetitive, but yeah, it's where the judges are going to put it. And if our crosses are a reflection of what the judges will do, then hopefully average will be in that sort of area. And the average is usually pretty good. Sometimes it goes a bit nutty and they throw us off completely. I think last week or the week before, the average was in zone 3, so it was terrible. But most of the time, it's usually pretty close, so it gives us something to work off. All right, one thing to remember as well. They're doing the judging for this on Tuesday instead of Monday, so they'll be knocking one of our doors on Wednesday. So obviously we won't have the results till Wednesday, so I won't be making a video until Wednesday night after the results. Revcomps then. There's no draw on Monday because it's Christmas Day. What have they got on there? Well, when I first looked at this, I thought, I'm not going to go through them all, but I thought, there's not a lot I'm interested in here, really. But I did have about £12 credit. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll have a couple of tickets. So I went for this Audi Q3. It's a 2 litre diesel automatic. Sensible car, because I like sensible cars. And it's nice. I like the look of it. But I've only got one ticket on it. It was cheap, £6 a ticket. I think it's about 5,000 tickets, perhaps 6,000. I can't remember now. But it looks a nice car, and that would possibly be a replacement for mine. The other one was the Ford Focus Estate, only because I can't resist a fast Ford. That's the 2.3 turbo. I think the 0 to 60 on that is something like 5.5 seconds. I don't know if I'd keep it if I won it. I would give it a hammering for the first couple of weeks, and then it would probably go, unless I fell in love with it and thought, yeah, I'm so used to the speed on this now, I can't give it up. So I might keep that. But that's all I've got, really, is one ticket each on those. They have done, you may notice here, the RS6 Avant, only 699 tickets. That's another one of those. There's £200 a ticket. At the moment, it's 10% off, so it's £180 a ticket. But these things sell out straight away. How people can afford to pay £200 for a ticket, I don't know. But still, especially this time of year, Christmas, when you're spending loads of money. But still, they'll sell all those tickets, and some lucky winner will get a 2020 RS6 and £5,000 in their pocket. What I haven't gone for, now I do like the big cash alternatives normally, and this one on the top left here, the Lambo Hurricane and a Mercedes G63, or £275,000. That's a massive temptation, but it's 50,000 tickets. And that's what's put me off, because, how many tickets am I going to buy? Is it worth me buying one ticket when they're selling 50,000? Even if I bought a couple of tickets, it's still a big risk. And I know what you're thinking. Well, the midweek lifestyle on BOTB odds are probably a hell of a lot worse. They probably sell a couple of 100,000 tickets, and yet we still buy tickets for that. And yeah, you're right. So I haven't quite decided yet what I want to do. But there we are. Good luck for this week. Have a lovely time with the family now on Monday. And I'll speak to you guys on Wednesday after we've heard who the winner is. It'll probably be me, so I'll let you know what the experience was like when Christian turned up and, surprising me at the door. Yeah, I wish. All right, cheers, guys. Enjoy your Christmas.